Run through forests on a hot summer day, trying to break down walls of numbing pain. Give me the freedom to destroy. Give me a radioactive toy. Taste the water.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Coming to you from the basement. I think I have things connected well down here. After listening to the last episode, I did notice some issues as far as I noticed the microphone like popping on and off with my voice. Now, I don't know if that's the removing silence thing that I do post recording, so I'm not going to remove silence or room tone from this one after I'm done. So I guess we'll see, right? Anyway, all right, what's going on that's good in my life right now? Well, I mean, quite a bit, really. Things are going pretty well. Allergies are still out of control. Yeah, it's been really a shitty season as far as allergies go. But that's kind of par for the course. I wish my allergist wouldn't have retired, but I'm glad for him that he retired. It's kind of like that. So anyway, yeah, I mean things are going pretty good. My daughter started up swim in the pool this week, along with volleyball practice. Yesterday was a pretty long day. She had swim right after school, all the way up until about 5 p.m. Got her home. She didn't really even want to eat, and I don't blame her. I didn't eat either. Then we just went straight to practice. And it's about a little over 20 minutes away. So we had to leave about a half hour before the practice so that she can get there and have 10 minutes to get all her gear on and all that jazz. And then, I drove there because we're still not used to this place. We haven't been there but 2 times now. So I drove over there, but now she's going to drive. She did drive home. So that was impressive because it's 9:30 at night. Part of the drive is on I-70, which is a busy, busy, crazy highway. But she did it. I mean, she's doing really good with driving. So it's awesome to see that, and it's awesome to see her start getting going. She was pretty worried after the practices last week because she wasn't doing so hot. As far as skill set and stuff, she just wasn't able to. I know the first practice or so she wasn't able to really serve, but it's been. I told her, I said, it's been over 6 months, really about, I want to say, yeah, about 7 months since she last played volleyball. So you got to cut yourself a break, and same thing with swim. She hasn't swam really since last winter, other than just for fun. So, you know, you got to cut yourself some slack and get back into shape and get rolling. So she understands that. We talked a lot on the way home about swimming, and she wants to try and swim this coming summer, so that she's in shape and ready to go when fall comes up. So that's pretty awesome. She thinks of all these things, and she comes up with these thoughts, and I have nothing to do with it other than just helping make her feel good about her decisions, and letting her make her own decisions. So that's, to me, that's how it should be. And then, my son's doing great. He's doing his choir thing, his advanced choir group that he's in now, that he made it into this year. His senior year, which is awesome. And he's also wrapping up his Eagle Scout. So, he he understands that that's a resume building uh, piece. You know, having that Eagle Scout can help make a difference if you're looking for a job. So yeah, you know, he's doing good. He's getting that knocked out. Things are going really well. My wife's doing really great. She's up and walking around. As a matter of fact, she drove um, to her PT for physical therapy appointments this week, and you know she's doing just fine. She had a meeting last night. She drove to tonight. There's a Girl Scout meeting, um, so everything's going really well. Everybody's doing really good, and me too. You know, I've been cleaning up down here and getting things in order down here. What you heard at the top there, that is the band Porcupine Tree. That is off an album from about 3 years ago, I think, 2020, and it's called "The Sound of No One Listening." Is the album, and that song is "Radioactive Toy." It's available on Spotify. I'll put a link in the notes for you guys, but I just really dig these guys, man. You know, I have a couple of their albums now. I got one at a record store day that's just kind of like a maxi, uh, not really a single, but EP. So there's two songs I think on each side. Um, that's awesome, and I think you play it in 45 if I remember correctly. And then now I have a new one. Whoops, God dang, I gotta quit hitting that thing with my head. I gotta get used to this setup. Sorry, guys, but now I have a new one of theirs, and I'll put that in the pictures. You'll see that that one came along, and I'm pretty happy with that one as well. That one is really, you know, I didn't even know they were still making records, which is awesome, you know. But that one's called Closure and Continuation, and yeah, I really dig that one. That one's the one with the song Harridan that I played last week before the show. And then they have some remasters of their Deadwing, which is a huge album. In Absentia, which is a great album, big album for them, probably their biggest back in 21 years ago. Jeez, time goes by so quick. It's insane, man. But anyway, yeah, that's who that was at the beginning, and I'll go right into what music I'm listening to right now. Well, obviously, I'm listening to Porcupine Tree, Closure and Continuation. Got that album in last week. I'm loving it. It's fantastic. Um, I did order um, De La Soul's Artificial Intelligence, or AOI, uh, the first one, which is Mosaic Thump, because I saw an ad. I got suckered in again by Merch Bar. And once again, I ordered, they took my money, and now they're saying, oh, yeah, I mean, it's out of stock. Fuck that shit, man. Don't advertise that you have a special price on it if you don't fucking have it in stock. I know you do that to a certain extent, especially around the holidays. I get it. You know, maybe you only have 1,000 copies of something or 100 copies of something, and you put an ad up and sell it cheaper, and then you get people roped in, and I get that. But that's not what's going on here. These guys are putting up ads, and they don't even have the albums for sale. I mean, they don't have them in stock. So it's just really, I wrote them an email back and said, you know, what's going on? Where is this? It's been over a week, and I haven't seen it shipped out, you know, because they're right here in the U.S. And they wrote me back and said, well, yeah, I mean, we've had trouble with stock. And I'm like, you know, this stinks, man, because this is the third time in a row with you guys. I'm afraid uh, I'm going to have to just go ahead and, yeah, I've had to cancel the previous two before this, and I don't want to have to cancel this one. You know, if I don't have to, I don't want to. And then I just got an email back that said they're canceling the order. Whatever, man. So I ended up getting another email from the. I wrote an email back and just said, you know, I really am pulling for you guys. I want you guys to do good because you have good offers and stuff like that. But you can't sell shit if you don't have it in stock. So, you know, not that you care about my advice, but my advice is don't put up a fucking ad unless you have it in stock. You have copies in stock. Uh, Long story short, I get an email back that they've canceled it and everything, and then I get an email from like their customer service manager who said he's looking into it and everything. Oh, another thing I included in that email was, you know, I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop buying things from you until I hear differently, because all I hear is that you guys just put up ads and never have the things. So I don't know if you're like collecting people's money and then collecting interest on it or what the hell it is you're doing, but you got to quit it. You're going to quit it for me because I'm quitting you, you know? So I hate to be a dick about it, but it's like, it's just stupid. It's just plain stupid. I get that things might not be in heavy stock, but don't fucking come out and advertise how awesome it is. You got this great price and all this shit. And then you never, ever, on any of the last three albums, you never have them in stock. That's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. And I know it's showing me stuff that I'm interested in. But to be honest with you, man, these aren't albums that are widely known. I'm sure if I wasn't talking to you, there's only a precious few of you that would even know about De La Soul's AOI Mosaic Thump, right? So I just don't. It just shows me there's no way that they have it in stock. So they're like, hey, man, let's lower the price and get rid of these 5,000 copies of this we have. That's not what's going on. What's going on is they're targeting me with an album they know I'll be interested in or that I've searched for in the past. And they're telling me they got a great price on it. So I order it and they don't have it, but they have my money for a little time. It's just stupid. So, okay, I'll get off that subject, but that's what's going on. And I've been listening to a lot of Fastway still. I just, the Porcupine Tree and Fastway, man, I've just kind of globbed onto them lately and can't quit listening to them. Along with that AOI Mosaic Thump. Now, I have AOI Bionics. I think I have 3 De La Soul albums. So I'd like to get all of their albums. Same thing with Porcupine Tree. Same thing with Fastway, you know. But it might be a while to get some of those. So that's it for music. What am I watching? Well, tonight I'm actually going to a advanced screening, and that is oh, sorry, one more tip on music. Vinyl Moon, they're not quite a month behind, but close. That new album has been shipped, so that's pretty good to know. So they're getting caught up. I know it takes a little while. You're a small organization like that to push your records in to get them pressed and all that stuff. So they're doing good. Okay, but I am going to see a movie. I'm pretty excited about. You know, I usually don't go for these advanced screening things. I get these emails sometimes, and they're like, advanced screening, blah 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 blah. You know, um, and so I usually kind of watch out, you know, because it's kind of basically you can get a place through their online portal or whatever, and then you're not guaranteed that seat. You have to get there at a decent time to get in and see the film for free. But long story short, you know, I ended up getting some for the very latest film from Nick Cage. It looks really good. It's a really interesting film called Dream Scenario, and you know it just I don't even really know how to explain it. I'll just kind of give you a quick synopsis. But Nicolas Cage plays a character who randomly starts appearing in people's dreams across this planet. So people start having dreams, and this guy's kind of standing in the background, and it's Nick Cage. It's this character, whatever his name is, and you know that leads to mayhem or whatever. So it just looks fun and interesting and a little bit creepy, scary. You know, not creepy but scary. I mean, I guess you could say it's creepy if some dude's in the back of everybody's dreams. But yeah, so we're gonna go see that tonight. My lovely wife cannot go; she has a Girl Scout meeting, so I'm going with our mutual friend Booley. So I'm pretty excited for that. I think we'll have fun. You know. Other than that, yeah, I haven't really been watching a ton of stuff. Just more, you know, Curb Your Enthusiasm, more Veep, and not really much else Besides that, I did put on the top of my Christmas list a couple Kurosawa films. Number one is Dersu Uzala. That's my very favorite Kurosawa film. It's one of my favorite films of all time, but it's definitely my favorite Kurosawa film. Kind of a weird film. He actually ended up making it in conjunction with the Russian film group. I think what are they called? Moss film. That's what they were. But it's a Kino film or whatever that came out. It's just I don't really know how to explain it. It's about these Russian soldiers, this group of Russian soldiers, and they're kind of going across the steppe over there in Asia, the steppe, from Russia into like Mongolia and all that whole area, and they're kind of charting things and mapping things, and they need a guide, and the guide is this gentleman, this Mongolian gentleman called Derisu Uzala, and it's about this relationship that these two men grow to have, and some of the situations that arise where this well decorated Russian military man is completely and totally dependent on this guy who looks pretty ramshackle and not super well put together. Um, but the dude knows what he's doing and he knows what he's talking about. He gets these soldiers through this stuff. It's really, you just have to see it. It's about this. I don't remember how many years it spans, but it's about this guy helping them and how much this leader in the Russian military came to depend on this gentleman and to truly understand and respect him. It sounds really kind of like, oh boy, that's a snoozer. And I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm sure it is kind of a snoozer. It is Kurosawa film, and I love Kurosawa, but his films can be a little bit long in the tooth. Um, but yeah, man, that's at the top of my list. They haven't really reprinted it much in the United States. So the copy that I'm looking at, I think I don't know if it's Russian. It might be, but it's universal. So it's a Blu-ray. Nobody's made it on 4K or Criterion hasn't done it or anything. But so Blu-ray is really about the best resolution you can get, which is fine because I got a 4K Blu-ray player, so it'll up res it just a little bit, so it'll look a little bit better than 1080p. So yeah, looking forward to that movie. Hopefully, Santa Claus brings me that this Christmas. Pardon me. And then also Akira Kurosawa's Dreams is another film that I'm really fond of. And if you're not familiar with that, it's not Kurosawa's last film, but it's one of the last, I think, two or three films. He made Maradayo after that for sure. And there may be one other one, but regardless, it's one of his last films. It's the first one I went to go see in the theater when it came out. Um, and it is a Criterion collection, but basically the story behind that one is that it's basically a bunch of short little stories within it. Some of them aren't so short. Um, that it's just about he's based all these stories on dreams that he's had in his life. You know, there's some surprise cameos in there. Martin Scorsese's in it. There's a lot of little things in it that are just really interesting and beautiful, and it's like a giant dream when you're watching it. It's like you're having a big dream. It's incredible. It's a beautiful film. It's not for everybody. It's long. Again, his films tend to be long, and it's not one that's going to keep you bright eyed and bushy tailed. It's almost I don't like to watch films in multiple sittings, but it may demand that this film because it is pretty lengthy and not action packed. I would say I don't even remember how long it is. I don't think maybe it is 3 hours. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's a little bit under that. But yeah, it's really amazing. I highly recommend that one as well. Um, and then, Oppenheimer is out on 4K Blu-ray. Or I'm not out yet, but it's coming. I'm interested in that one, along with The Creator. Um, I didn't see The Creator in the theater, which is a bummer. I really wanted to see that in IMAX. But it's coming out on 4K Blu-ray, so that's about the next best thing. It's the best thing if you're at home, unless you have an IMAX theater, I guess. But I'm not quite at that level. And then the original Battlestar Galactica, the movie they made from the show that was released in theaters, kind of doing combat with Star Wars as the premier science fiction deal. That one has come out on 4K Blu-ray as well. And that's more just nostalgic for me. So looking forward to that one as well. And a couple other things, just to give you an idea of what I got on the Christmas list. A lot of my stuff's pretty boring, man. You can tell I'm a big movie video nerd when you look at this list. But there's this cool little multifunctional 9-in-1 SD card reader and cable. And what it is it's like this. It's called. I don't even know how to explain it. It almost looks like a little pen or a wand. But then you pull it out, and it's got all these places you can keep memory cards. And then it also has um, readers, so you can plug it into whatever you're using at the time via USB-C, and you can read off of the cards, or you can dump things onto the cards for when you get home. So that's pretty cool. Um, Three-legged thing. That's the company that I'm really interested in as far as tripods and stuff. I have a monopod by them. I have a bracket by them for my camera that's lost. So I guess that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I lost a camera, guys. Yeah, I don't even really want to get into it. I don't know why I'm going through my Christmas list. I'm talking about movies. I'll quit it. But anyway, that it's a foot stabilizer for a monopod, but it's also kind of like a mini tripod. It's really well made and cool. I got some different patches and stuff that I would like for, like, I got backpacks that take it and a jacket, but they're Velcro. Wayland Yutani, Building Better Worlds. And it's, you know what that is. That's from the film Alien. So that's the name of the company that's behind the Nostromo going out and basically bringing back xenomorphs to humanity. So, and then Nakatomi Plaza Security. That one's kind of funny too. That's the tower that from Die Hard, from the first Die Hard film. So that's pretty interesting. Not much else there. I mean, yeah, there's a Misfits, the Fiend. There's one of his. There's another um, two patches that say science, and then different taglines. One is "It's like magic but real," and the other one is "It's gotten us this far." I know, man. I'm a nerd. I get it. Whatever. Anyway, so those movies are important to me, and I would like to see those again, especially in 4K if possible. I know Dersu's all that's not going to happen. So I don't know. It's hard to say. Mosfilm may not even have the, or whatever it is now, they may not even have the original negatives of that footage. So it'd be really hard for Criterion to pull a Criterion Collection quality 4K print out of their ass because it probably doesn't exist, right? All right. Let's see. We go from there to what am I reading? Well, I have been reading a few of these comics. I mean, not a ton, but one thing that I know for a fact is that there, Amazon bought Comixology, which is fine. I get it. But they left the app the way it is. You couldn't purchase things through the Comixology app. You had to go, onto Kindle, or not even Kindle. You had to go onto the website, Amazon website, and type in Comixology, bring that up, and you could look at new releases, all that, choose what you wanted, and subscribe there and all that. So that's what I've been doing, but now they're actually phasing out the Comixology app. Everything's going to be in Kindle, which is okay. But I do have some novels and short stories and stuff in Kindle also. And I'd rather not be intermixing these things because from what I can see so far, there's no way to separate the two. So it's kind of a big jumbled a big jumbled mess that I'm going to have to go through and kind of reorder and reorganize. And I'm, I get that they're doing it and I know why and all that stuff, but yeah, it's not too great for the end user. And nothing really new there. I mean, there is a new Geiger comic. I was really into that. I think it was like maybe even almost 2 years ago. But it's a new superhero. I think it's Image Comics if I remember correctly. But yeah, this new one's called Geiger Ground Zero. And I think it goes into the history of Geiger, where he came from and where he was before he, everything that took place prior to, or took place once he became kind of a superhero. Um, so yeah, I'm excited to read that one. That one will be really interesting. Definitely looking forward to that. And just another, few other comics out there. Yeah, Ground Zero. Let's see. Yeah, Image Comics, Geiger Ground Zero. Yeah, I love that. I love those books. So looking forward to that. And there's a few others out there. I think that Night comic. There's a new issue of that. There's new King Spawn. There's a couple things out there. So, um, yeah, that's about it on the reading front. So I'm just gonna have to reassemble everything and recreate everything for in Kindle. Let's see. What do I go from there? I go into reading. Video games, nothing, nothing. I mean, I have some new ones that I've downloaded on my phone, and I have dabbled a little bit in one or two of them, but I mean, nothing really. I did uninstall Angry Birds for now because I want to try and play some of these other ones. Sky is one that I got. It's kind of an interesting role playing game type thing. Warcraft Rumble is one that I'm interested in playing too. And then I've been playing this Flick Solitaire. It's not super exciting, but it's kind of a fun solitaire game if you like that kind of thing. And then podcasts. I really don't think there's anything new there, guys. Yeah, Mr. Bond's got a couple new episodes. Nope, it's just one new episode. Intriguing title, Blood Feast. Oh boy. Yeah, that Vanishing Point. I think I'm just gonna get rid of that one. I'm not really into it. I don't know. I'm not really into that one. And there's a new episode of Downrange, which is great. Definitely looking forward to that. The first one was so good. Let's see. Real Survival Stories, that'll come out probably on Friday. New Radio Rental, that's a solid one. The Y-Files has a new one up. Yeah, just the normal stuff. Nothing too spectacular there. Anyway, I appreciate you guys listening. Again, I've gone on a little long here, but yeah, I appreciate you listening. I hope this sounds good. I hope I'm not getting the same issues with the microphone. I guess I'll see once I stop recording here and listen to it. But I appreciate you guys. I do this just for fun, but it is good to hear that you guys are enjoying it and to get some reactions to it. So feel free to reach out, whether you do it I got a Facebook page, I have Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called now, or you can simply do it on the Anchor, or now it's called Spotify podcasts page. You can do it directly on there. That link's out there as well. Pretty easy to find the Dad Snark podcast there. If you go to anchor.fm or even to Spotify in the app and type in the Dad Snark podcast, you'll find us there. And and by us, I mean me. But if you would just put a comment in there or something, or do a rating, I would love it, man. If you're using Apple iPhone, please, in Apple Podcasts, do a little rating. I would really appreciate it. Anywhere you can. I use my favorite podcast app. It's called Pocket Casts. I've talked about it before. I'm not selling it for them, but I just like it. I like the way it's set up and all that stuff. So that's what I use. But I have listened on Spotify as well. It's available. This is available anywhere podcasts are available. So go check it out. Send a few words over. It really does make a difference. It's very positive feeling to get some feedback. That's it, guys. I appreciate you listening. And no matter what you guys do, get off my lawn.